Hey everybody, this is the Baseball Hut, the amazing, spectacular, terrific, the great one, the People's Champion, your host, the Hut, and we are back here at the Baseball Hut waiting out the Justin Verlander trade talks. Now, the trading deadline is at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Right now, as I record this video, it's 9:30 in the morning. So at 9:30, there has actually been some updated information for you since last night. Last night, when I went to bed, put my head on the pillow here at the Hut, the word was that the Dodgers kind of, they weren't all that interested in the trade. They were kind of like walking away. And the Houston Astros could put an offer on the table the Mets might take, but it kind of the talks had stalled last night. Well, it seems that the talks have picked up a little bit. And as you see from this tweet from our buddy John Heyman, I know him, but one of the more reputable people, he has said that mystery teams are involved. Who they could be, I will talk about them in this video. And just as I was coming on, I understand that Andy Martino said that the talks picked up steam again last night. The Astros are involved again, and one other team have given an offer for Justin Verlander, and there's 2 to 3 other teams involved. Now, who are these mystery teams? We'll get into that momentarily. As we get more prospects coming into the Mets farm system, I would suggest that you subscribe to the Prospect Hub, which is a new channel that I've created, which I wasn't expecting to be doing this, to be talking about all these different prospects and the Mets minor leagues. I wasn't really planning on doing it. I just sort of decided to do it, and the channel's doing great. But so if you want to watch me read basically scatter reports of all these different players that I find online, that's the channel you want to subscribe to. If every person that hasn't subscribed to it goes over there and subscribes today, I'd love to get to 300 subscribers today, which would be awesome. It's getting awfully close to 300. But we're going to go through some of these prospects, and they will be on this list. Also, Tommy Pham's still out there. Brooks Raley has a market. Omar Narvaez could get moved. I would mention that Pete Alonso's not going anywhere. As far as I know, Jeff McNeil's not going anywhere, so just temper that. But the Mets are going to be very active. I expect at least two trades today. At least of a minor quality, if not a third trade. I think the Verlander deal will take us all the way to the trade-in deadline at 6 p.m. I think this will be an ongoing an all-day saga. All right. Well, let's get on to the mystery teams. First up, we have 3 teams here. They're young teams. And we'll talk about the other team at the end, the Astros. But the first team is the Reds. The Reds obviously are competing against the Brewers. The Brewers made a trade yesterday. Picked up the foodie. Mark Canna's now going to be reviewing cheese and beer and sausage and bratwurst and everything else. What a change of scenery for him. No wonder why he was so upset when he left the Mets last night. Cried in the arms of Buck Showalter. I'm not joking. That's the word. Anyway, so the Cincinnati Reds have emerged as a team of a contender. They're a contender now. They've been playing well. They have one of the best farm systems in baseball. I'm just going to run down some of the names that I know of that are on their top 30 list on MLB.com. The third best prospect, third baseman Cam Collier. They drafted him last year. He is 18 years old. He's the son of Lou Collier. He's not going to be emerging until 2025, so that's a long-term thing. Next up is Connor Phillips. He's in Triple-A. He's a right-handed pitcher. His biggest issue is he's got command issues, so he might be a bullpen piece. Then there's a pitcher named Chase Petty. He's at A-ball, A-plus ball, so it's a high advanced A team. Then there's Sal Stewart as a third baseman. He is the 7th best prospect in the Reds organization. And he's 19 years old. Second base might be his future. The Baltimore Orioles have emerged. Obviously, they're in first place. They might be the best team in the American League. They're looking for starting pitching. They have some very good prospects at AAA. First up is Connor Norby. He is the 6th best prospect in the organization for Baltimore. He's a second baseman outfielder. He's 23 years old. He could be a left fielder long term. Mets need outfielders as well as pitching. Okay, the next guy up is Kobe Mayo. I hope they make that trade, man. I have so much fun with that name. And this is not like a regular channel that you normally watch. This is not ball cap sports. You're not going to get this kind of sense of humor from any channel. Maybe Hum Baby, but I'm not going to be playing a guitar, that's for sure. Kobe Mayo, he's a third baseman. He's 21 years old. He's probably going to stick at third. He's got a good arm at third. He's got power. Probably a classic third baseman. A pitcher. This guy's name is D.L. Hall. He's been in the major leagues the last 2 years. He's 24 years old. I mentioned about Mayo. He's 21. D.L. Hall is 24 years old. I think he's on a rehab assignment, but he's been in AAA and he's been with the Orioles the last 2 years with the mixed results. The third team that could be a mystery team, the Diamondbacks, the Arizona Diamondbacks. They have been wanting. They were very active yesterday, and they brought in. They made the. I couldn't believe it. They made a trade for Paul Sewald. The one good thing about him going to Arizona, it's not the kind of pressure that he'll get in a big city. So Sewald will probably pitch well there, but in a big spot, he is shaky. I think we all know that with him with the Mets and his immaturity when waving at the crowd here last year. But they have a very interesting farm system. I'm only going to throw, the first thing I'm going to throw is I'm just going to throw his name out there. Based on the fact that, why not? And this is the son of Andrew Jones, Drew Jones, who was the number 2 overall pick last year. He's 19 years old. He's in rookie A-ball. He is really struggling offensively. So his offense is a little behind everything. He's many, many years away. 2026. Just to throw him out there. Blake Walston. He's a left-handed pitcher at AAA. He's 22 years old. He's left-handed. He's a mid-rotation guy projected with the Diamondbacks. And then there's Landon Sims, and Walston is the 5th best prospect there. Landon Sims, the 6th best prospect with the Diamondbacks. He's 22 years old. He currently is an A-ball. Now, finally, the Astros. The Astros do not have the kind of farm system that they had. Any player the Mets pick up will be a young player off the last 2 drafts that they have. Last year's number 1 pick, his name is Drew Gilbert. He's an outfielder. He was the number 1 pick for them last year in the 2022 draft. He is the guy you'd have to target if you're the Mets. So he is years away. Now, with all these players, the purpose of what the Mets are trying to do, obviously, is to build a strong foundation to where they can bring players in. Players get hurt, they bring these other guys in. That's what they're trying to do. It's not a rebuild, per se, I guess. Because obviously with the money that Cohen has, I'm going to sort of go out on a limb. I know they don't like to have to sign these pitchers to long-term deals, but I think they're going to have to do that in this offseason. And I also think that they will be very creative in terms of who they bring in the offseason. I think this Yamamoto guy that is in Japan, who's considered a better pitcher than Kodai Senga, will be a guy that we're going to be hearing a lot about. I don't think the Mets will be outbid. If they put money into post, because he's going to be posted. He's not like Senga. Senga is a guy that they got as a free agent from Japan. Yamamoto, the team has to post him. Once the team posts him, I don't think the Mets are going to be outbid for him, to be honest with you. So I don't think it's going to take much. I could see Cohen giving that team $50 million right in one shot, without even thinking about it, to get Yamamoto. So the Mets have the wherewithal to have a very good team next year, as well as building a very, very strong, if not an elite farm system, very, very quickly. Now the keys to Verlander is: will he waive his no trade clause? Will he waive it to Baltimore? He's from Virginia. I don't know. Will he waive it to Cincinnati? I wouldn't think so, but you never know. I think he would waive it to go to Arizona, obviously with Arizona being such a beautiful place to live. I don't think that'd be an issue for him and his family. But Baltimore is sort of 50-50. I don't know about the Reds, but these teams, they all have big farm systems. Any of these teams would really improve the Met farm system. The Met farm system is much better now than it was a week ago. And it's actually improved a lot over the last 2 years due to the good scouting that this general manager has done. He has done an excellent job. He may have done a lousy job the last calendar year with the Mets in terms of the Major League Club. In terms of the farm system, they had a great draft last year. They had a great draft this year. and he's bringing in a lot of young talent, and he's not moved any prospects. And all these guys that are coming in here, like Luis Eugenio Acuna, they still have Mauricio here. Vientos is still here. The pitching is still here. So they've really done a great job over the last few weeks, and I expect more players to come in, more young players to come in, and that's why you need to subscribe to the Prospect Hut. As an aside, because I'm going to be talking about them for a long time now. This offseason is going to be about those prospects on that channel, where they are in their development. To talk about Acuna real quickly, he's not too far away. We're probably going to be talking about him a lot in spring training, possibly making the Mets. We'll see. I don't know. I don't know what the Mets' plans are for him going long term. But I want to thank you for watching this video. We'll see what happens with Verlander if he gets moved. I'll have more information for you as it comes on. And they're going to be trades today. So buckle up. It's going to be a bumpy ride. And I can't wait. If Vogelback gets moved, I got something really funny for him. Thank you for watching this video. Of course, please subscribe to the Baseball Hut. Thank you. I'll see you later.